Education for the week, ladies. So, are you limiting your own potential and are you getting in the way of your own success? Alright, quite often we think that we don't put barriers in our way when in fact we actually do, right? And you might not be doing it right now, but at some point you will. So I've put this little question in my midlife reset and I'm just going to anonymously read you some of the answers and see if I can come up with any suggestions, right, as to how you could not do that. But I also want you to think about whether you've actually ever thought this, and if not, whether you're going to think it in the future, because limiting our own potential is up there with self-sabotage and not believing that we can actually do it. So instead of committing to something that we're a bit scared of, we just decide not to do it, because if we don't even start or if we don't do it, then we can't fail. So it's our brain's way of kidding us on that we're in control, when in fact you're absolutely limiting your potential. All right, so need to be better at planning and buying meals in advance. This is regardless of whether you're on a fat loss journey, even if you're trying to maintain your weight or improve your relationship with food, or just have a healthier lifestyle as far as your food and your alcohol consumption is concerned. All right, if you do not plan your food to a certain degree, I'm not speaking about months at a time, but a couple of days in advance, all right, you are never going to manage to improve your relationship with food or better your health through food or get fat loss through food, because at some point, inevitably, life will get in the way. You will be busy, you will be tired, you will not can be arsed, and you will end up in the takeaway shop, or you'll end up eating a sandwich on crisps for your dinner, which, let's face it, is not that bad, but it will become a habit, and then that's not cool. All right, overthinking things is another one. I'm away for a few days next week, so although I don't intend to track while I'm away, I would highly recommend that, by the way. If you log your food, take some time off when you're away. I still need to be a bit mindful and make sensible choices. So yes, don't overthink it. Sometimes you know my thoughts on this, all right? The guilt and the overthinking that comes with the bad meal will do you more damage than the bad meal, all right? It's about finding a balance that works for you. So if you are away, enjoy yourself, all right? You can choose to delay your goals for 2 to 3 days or for 7 days, right, if you're on holiday, as long as you get straight back to it. It's not the delaying it that's the problem, it's getting straight back to it, all right? Somebody is limiting their own potential because they're not being consistent and haven't been the last few weeks. Consistency is key. Again, consistency over perfection every single time. I'm not interested in you being perfect. I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. But the problem with perfection or trying to be perfection is at some point you will not be perfect, and then you will think that you fucked it. So it's a typical example of all in or all out. And again, we do this and we say that we're an all-in type of person. I used to do this, right? So that we can then say, well, I'm either all in or all out. So if I'm not on it, there's no point. When in fact, there is a point. Doing something 5 days out of 7 or 6 days out of 7 or 6.5 days out of 7 is better than just being a dick 7 days a week, all right? So, yeah. Don't know. Are you limiting your own potential? Not if I keep up the good habits. Exactly. So it's keeping up the good habits consistently and not perfectly. All right. I think we've got 7 habits on our daily tracker. I am not looking for you to tick the 7 boxes at 7 days of the week. That would be 49 boxes. All right. If we have something over 35-ish, then that's classed as consistency, and that's totally cool. All right. So don't be putting too much pressure on yourself. And most probably can be tough on myself. I think I'm a lot more capable than I let on. Yes, being tough on yourself. And again, this goes back to if there's something that you've not managed to do for whatever reason, even if it's something like, I could not be bothered having my pre-bed shower because I was so knackered I just wanted to get into my bed. If you do that 1 or 2 nights a week, that's okay. There's no drama. That's absolutely fine. Providing that 1 or 2 times a week doesn't turn into 6 or 7 times a week, because that's the habit gone. All right, and we all know that if you have a shower before bed, actually calms your brain down a wee bit. It's nice standing there under the water, nice warm water. All right, you maybe want to moisturise when you get out. You're setting the tone for getting into bed, and you're letting your brain know that sleep is coming, and that's always good. So yeah, don't be tough on yourself. If you're missing something 1 or 2 days a week, just think about how you would speak to your friend if your friend told you that. You wouldn't be mean to them. You wouldn't call them into it. Do you know, you'd just say to them, it's okay, just try it again tomorrow. That is exactly what you need to do. Be nice to yourself. Another one, last one. I've been very guilty of shying away from the unknown and doubting my ability. This goes back to, do you know, if there's something that you want to do, like, what would you do in this world if there was no fear? If you had no fear, what would you do? Obviously, I'm not going to say things like chuck yourself off a building, because you're probably going to die. But if you think that, like, you're not good enough, or you're not strong enough, or you're not fit enough, or you're not healthy enough, do you know, everybody else has exactly the same thoughts as well. At certain times you need to go all in, and doing something that scares you is 100% something that you should do. All in. Absolutely 100%. And again, just be nice to yourself. Absolutely be nice to yourself. If it's a situation that you can't get out of, like a work presentation or whatever, right, just say that's not your thing, but you have to do it. You need to change your thought process to the situation, because you're going to have to do it or you might get sacked. So you need to start doing the positive things, like journaling, reading self-help books, doing anything that you can to improve your mindset, to get yourself into a believe and achieve mindset. Yeah? Alright, that's the education for the day. Pretty much. Be fucking awesome. Believe that you're fucking awesome and just do it.